Well, good evening, jammers, and welcome to the Jams and Cocktails program. I am your host, Brad Brock. That's what it is. I promise.
Are you sure?
Yeah, well, unless I owe you money, and then I'm somebody else. Boy, do we have a show for you guys tonight. They say that you can't keep a good man down, and I think our special guest this evening embodies that perfectly. Of course, we're talking about local Treasure Coast music legend, Mr. Scott Benge. He's joining us here in the lounge tonight.
He owes me
$20, Whoops. We've got tons to catch up with, on with Scott, like forming his band.
Yep.
Since he was last here on the show, his broken heart, and how it's been mended. And, of course, the loss of his beloved car, Edie. We're going to talk about that, too. And, of course, everything in between. I believe Scott will also be dazzling us with some live music this evening. Allegedly. We've also got your weekly entertainment news and the Geordie Files, a game of Name That Tune with all of you. And Brad's final thought this evening, because Elliot is not joining us for midweek, so you'll have Brad's final thought. But I'd like to thank all of you tuning in live with us tonight. And I'd also like, if you can watch, I'd also like to say hello to Ms. Jordan Taylor, joining us in the lounge.
Hello.
And Jen she said, I don't want to be on camera. But Jen is here tonight, hanging out with us.
Yay!
So, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in live if they're able to on YouTube and Facebook. And listening in on Shore Life Radio, which I hope everything's going swimmingly there. We've been tried broadcasting to Instagram tonight, but I don't think it works. So we're just batting 1,000 in craziness. Wherever you catch the show, though, we certainly hope that you subscribe to our channel and follow us on Facebook and other social media platforms. That would be super kind of you. But before we do this, we should do our shot of the week. If anybody wants to run and get that, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Shots. Get in my mouth.
What?
A shot in my mouth.
Our cocktail of the week is the Bijou cocktail. And a shaker with ice, add 3/4 ounces of green chartreuse, 1 1/2 ounces of gin, 3/4 ounces of sweet vermouth, and a few dashes of orange bitters. Shake until cold, then strain into a chilled glass. Garnish with a cherry or lemon peel. And remember, pinkies up. Cheers. Yeah, pinkies up. Brad likes it.
That's what this bloody thing's all about.
There we go. So this is the Bijou cocktail. It's pretty fancy.
It smells pretty nice.
Smells nice, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like a very herbally. That's that chartreuse in there.
Absolutely, no doubt.
This is a favorite of chartreuse, green chartreuse, particularly, is a favorite of Scott's. So, Scott, thanks for being here. It's great to see you, my friend.
Good.
And ladies, thanks for being here as well.
Yay.
Cheers to all of you.
Thank you.
And to everyone out there listening.
Yeah, you have many people saying hi to you.
Hi, everybody. Ooh, that is really...
Oh, that would make a fine seasoning.
I like
I want
that.
that on like all of my
I'm liking that.
meals.
I like the way the orange bitters work with the gin, and then
Yeah.
the chartreuse is just like this wonderful herbal flavor in there.
It's not too shabby.
That's dynamite.
Yeah.
It's a sipper though. Don't smash it like Steve the Brewster usually does.
How do
Was
you
that-
think it would taste if we smoked it?
Jordan.
You think? I don't know.
I
I mean, not now, but
Yeah, we won't do it
Yeah,
now, but we'll give it a shot.
we like
Oh,
experimenting.
you kids with your smoking
With
the
our
cocktails.
And a
Smoking-
smoke and the cocktails
smoking
and
the drink.
and the pancake.
A flapjack and a cigarette.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, join us each week for our shot or cocktail of the week by visiting us at jnclive.tv to see what we're planning. Then get everything that you need delivered by our friends at Drizzly, but only until the end of March. Yeah. because Uber is dissolving the Drizzly brand and they're going full steam ahead on their own booze delivery and the Uber Eats app. So I guess we'll be looking for a new alcohol delivery service. So if anybody has any suggestions out there, we'd like to hear them. Put them in the comments.
Also, I think right now you're pretty hard pressed to find chartreuse just about anywhere at the moment.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard to find right now.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Any reason why on that?
There's a few different things. Of course, there were supply chain issues back last year. But the big thing is that the Carthusian monks had to move their production facilities. They passed a new law in France saying if you make spirits above a certain proof, you have to be so far away from a population center, and they were kind of close to one, so they had to move their entire operation. And then, of course, another thing that happened with them is that the demand shot way up for some reason the past couple of years, and they were asked to expand their production, to bring out more, make more, and they decided not to do that. So it got harder to find.
No kidding. So we might have one of the
right now
last bottles.
Right now, the nearest bottle at any Total Wine place is I want to say it's in Fort Lauderdale.
No kidding.
That's the nearest one, yeah, and it's been like that for months now.
It wasn't hard to find when I bought, because that's the same bottle. And don't get it twisted.
Yeah,
I double checked. I was like, how long can this sit on the shelf?
Oh, quite a while actually. Yeah,
and they said that it'd be indefinitely, and they say that of spirits that are 80 proof and over in general, that they can sit indefinitely. They said that it won't improve. The flavor won't improve once it's taken out of the barrels and put in the bottles. It'll never get better. It'll mellow a bit was what happens. Yeah,
there's a place in Manhattan, I want to say, that does something called the $5,000 cocktail, and part of the deal is that it's a 130-year-old bottle of chartreuse that they found in some attic somewhere, and it's a $5,000 cocktail. So it ages well.
Jeez Louise. Oh well, that's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. Well,
so you're saying we're sitting on a gold mine?
Yeah, not too shabby. I got 4 bottles of myself.
You're more wealthy than we are. Yeah.
Well, people gifted it to me and all that
Nice.
stuff over the years, so I just kind of had.
It's good to have a stockpile at this point.
No kidding, man.
Man, so we should. Okay, no more chartreuse cocktails for the night. We're gonna sit on that. And
Good thing you only made a baby amount.
That was I just wasn't very heavy-handed with everything. I was like, I miscalculated.
We'll have to recalculate later.
Well, I hope you're enjoying it anyway.
It is good.
Awesome.
I'm a fan.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. I guess we should get into the show, and
let's do it.
And just to let you know, he's a staple of the Treasure Coast music scene, performing in many bands locally over the years and inspiring so many budding musicians and entertainers to dive in, including me. And awesome. Over the last few years, he's given us all a few scares. But it seems that nothing can keep this legend down. Please welcome again to the JNC Lounge our friend, Mr. Scott Benge.
Very, very nice to be here, of course.
Yeah, man, it's great to have you back in the lounge. And I feel like when we had you on before, you were just getting over the problems with your vocal cords, which we'll circle back to.
Yeah.
I feel like next time we invite you on, I want it to be for not coming out of some health crisis.
Yeah, no kidding, man.
So
I guess your timing is just all that well. It's just very good.
Yeah, every time I'm just like, oh, Scott's in trouble. Let's have him on the show to talk about it. Anyway, so Scott, you were back on the scene, entertaining us when we're not getting rained out, it seems. Thank you, El Nino.
Mm-hmm.
But you're back with your amazing solo show that we've all known and loved throughout the years. Your band, the Scott Benge Project, which we'll talk about that, and other projects that you're involved in. And that's all very great to see. So the big question is, how are you?
I'm doing great, actually. Just as good as I ever was. People ask me all the time, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? I feel fine. I've gone through a bit, and we'll be talking about that tonight. But I don't really feel a whole lot different than I ever did. It's kind of strange, just kind of the last big thing just kind of snuck up on me and caused me a little road bump. But other than that, I feel just as spry as I always was.
Oh, which is great to hear, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's good to say.
no
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
You are notoriously good at bouncing back. We've seen it many times.
What else am I going to do?
I mean, So
I'm a lucky guy in that regard. Absolutely.
we'll jump right into the big thing.
Sure.
Back in July, you had some major health situation going on. So tell us what happened.
It was July 11th, Tuesday, July 11th.
The air was moist.
Yeah. Oh, it certainly was. We were in the middle of summer, of course, and it was a really, really hot and humid one. And that Tuesday was just like any other day during that summer. It was very hot and very humid, and I had a show to do, and I got done doing it, and I'm packing my gear out, and everything's fine. And then I got down to my very last piece of gear, which was a fan to keep me nice and cool, because I always take that last. And I bent down to get it, to pick it up, and all of a sudden it just didn't feel right. It's hard to describe the feeling. I was a little bit lightheaded and a little nauseous, but that's really kind of all it was. There wasn't really any pain or any kind of sense of danger involved. I just felt kind of like dizzy and a little, like sick to my stomach. And I just kind of wrote it off as being, maybe some effects from the heat.
It was a hot day.
It was an extremely hot day. And, I figured, well, maybe I'm having a heat stroke or heat exhaustion. I don't even know what that feels like. I've never gone through it. So I just packed up my gear and I drove home. I didn't really think much about it. And as I'm driving home, I'm realizing it's not really getting any better. But, I still didn't feel all that bad. I could still drive. Everything was fine there. I got home and I figured, well, I'm nauseous and lightheaded. Maybe, something with my stomach. I'll eat something. Funny enough, I don't know why, but I made myself a root beer float, figuring that would do the trick. It worked for about 30 seconds or so. And then, I was just right back to square one. So I figured, well, it's been a long day. Let's just go to sleep. So I went to go lay down to go to sleep. And when I did that, all of a sudden it got exponentially worse. I really started getting dizzy, and I really started feeling like I was going to be sick to my stomach. And I don't know what prompted me to do it, but I put my finger to my wrist just to kind of check my pulse, and it was racing like crazy. And I figured, well, maybe I've got myself a problem here. Let's go to emergency room. So I got myself out of bed. It was all I could do to lift myself back up and get my clothes back on and drive myself to emergency room, where I presented with something they call SVT. My heart rate was 212 beats per minute, and it was not slowing down. It was, just out of control. So they had to perform a procedure called cardioversion, which is they give you a shot and it stops your heart, and they take these, electric paddles and they attach them to you and they jolt you back into existence, and it resets your heart rate.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and
no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
Not a big deal at all.
And the guy, he told me, he looked at me and he goes, we're going to give you a shot and it's going to make you feel like your heart's going to stop. And I looked him straight in the face and said, "Are you stopping my heart?" And he didn't really have an answer. And I'm going like, oh crap, he's going to stop my heart. He says, "We're going to give you a shot to make it feel a little better. And we're going to get, what do you give me? A fentanyl." That's what they gave me to take the edge off.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff,
Dang.
And so they gave me that, and then they gave me the shot. And I could feel my heart rate kind of going bip 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 bip. And then the next thing I knew, I was on the table feeling fine. Evidently the fentanyl had kicked in, and I completely bypassed whatever procedure they went me through. So
wow.
Yeah. And so
there's something spooky about that.
But I could feel the heart beginning to slow down, and that was a scary little feeling. But like I said, I woke up on the table and everything was hunky dory. And I felt a million times better. The lightheadedness had gone, the nausea was gone. But of course, they wanted to keep me in for some observation and for some tests in the morning. And they gave me a catheterization in the morning, which is basically where they take pictures of your heart, see where the blood flow is going, how it's going. And I was obviously blocked up a bit, quite a bit. And they could not reach the blockages with stents, which is something that they often do. It'll help open up the passages and open things up better. So what they had to do was open me up physically, and I had to receive a quadruple bypass heart surgery, open heart. And I can still remember the words coming out of the guy's mouth. It's like in slow motion. It was quadruple bypass.
So quadruple, not even triple.
Yeah, no, it was the big four. And,
Oh, yeah.
it blew my mind, of course. Here I am, I was 54 at the time. And I figured, well, that's for old people, isn't it? And evidently not. People in their 20s can have that same situation go on. So, but yeah, that's what I had to do. They didn't do the procedure at the hospital I was at. I had to wait for a room to open up in Lawnwood in Fort Pierce because they don't do those in St. Lucie. So I had to wait. I languished at St. Lucie Medical, I think, for 4 or 5 days before they actually had a room ready for me. And then when I got to Lawnwood, it was a pretty quick thing. It took a couple of days. I met with the surgical team. They explained the procedure to me. I had to shave. That was kind of fun, like from head to toe. I had to shave my arms, my legs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
At least you didn't have to shave your head, man.
Yeah, no,
Could you
that
imagine?
was it. Didn't have to go there, but my legs, and I tell you, my hat is off to the ladies for shaving the legs because that is not an easy deal to do. And I cut myself a few times, and it took forever to do because I have hairy legs, and yeah, it was a real process. But going through it, there was a great team out there at Lawnwood. They're fantastic people. The cardiac unit there is just amazing. The doctors, the nurses, all the people who attend to the patients there are just incredible. And they see that sort of thing every day, and me, I'm coming in, it's kind of scary. And
Sure, yeah.
But they were all very reassuring and just great people. And my hat's off to every last one of them. My Dr. Bill Heitman evidently is the guy that did my surgery. Is evidently one of the top guys in the area. My luthier, David Wilt, even had the same procedure done from the same doctor.
Nice.
So we had a lot to talk about after it was all over. But I went through the procedure, and it zaps the energy right out of you. You come out of the operation, and there's just tubes everywhere. But they stop your heart for the entire procedure. Your heart's not beating for 3.5 to 4.5 hours. And they keep you alive with these machines where your blood goes through, and they oxygenate your blood, and it sends it to all the vital organs so that your body doesn't shut down. But your heart actually stops beating so that they can operate on it.
That's wild.
Yeah,
That's so great. So
Yeah.
so they then push your blood like through a machine that keeps it oxygenated. And
yeah, that's how you're kept alive through that procedure.
Holy moly.
And the technology involved has progressed over the years so well, and it's actually become somewhat of a commonplace procedure these days. It's strange to say, but they do those. I mean, the doctor that did my surgery does 2 or 3 of those just about every day.
Wow.
It's so great. I mean,
Yeah.
first of all, it's so great that we have a hospital, a trauma unit so close to us here on the Treasure Coast. Not to say necessarily that your procedure, you were in a trauma situation, but Lawnwood is good. You hear good and bad things about
Every hospital, really.
yeah,
Sure.
but it's nice to hear stories where you were like, it was good.
Well, for the cardiac unit, you have very one-on-one, attention. It's not like I wasn't sharing a room with anybody. I had my own room, and they were attending to me. But yeah, it's just it's very weird. Here you are, and you're got the stuff all in you, and tubes are hanging out of you, and it was pretty scary. But a lot of people were in my corner. I had my good friend Sarah, who was there helping me out and being kind of my right hand person to help me connect with the rest of the world.
Sure.
Because I had a lot of people that were very, very inquisitive about what was going on with me and wanted to know. And my dad was there as well, which was very, very cool. I don't get to see him enough, and he was there for that. That was really great.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, not to get super gruesome, but you did
Just a little gruesome.
you did post on your story on your page, and you are a wonderful storyteller, by the way.
Thanks.
I when I see your posts and I see that they're very long, I go pour a cup of coffee
Yep.
and I read them because it's always something wonderful or terrifying. This was the latter. And so you described in detail everything that you just said, but then you got to the whole kind of recovery situation and how how painful it can be. And I think it's important. You and I were talking about this before we went live. These stories are important because people should know kind of what to expect when you go into,
Absolutely.
if you are experience something similar. So, as gruesome as you choose, let us know kind of like how the tail end of that recovery, like post-surgery recovery, I suppose.
Funny enough, I mean, there was the worst part of the recovery really was there were a couple of times where I did not think I was going to make it. You come out of it, like I said, you have tubes everywhere. I had a couple sticking out of my neck, out of my arms, a couple in my chest, one down my throat. And eventually those get pulled in a certain order. But the first thing they do once you're able, which is like a day later, is they get you up out of bed and they start walking you around, because they want the blood to be flowing and to start the healing process. It helps out. But I had these chest tubes in, and they didn't really cause much of a problem. But I was laying in bed one night, and then all of a sudden I just couldn't breathe without extreme pain, the kind of pain you just wouldn't wish on any other human being. And
right.
All of a sudden my heart's racing and my blood pressure's shooting up, and I'm freaking out. And there's a nurse in there, and they're shooting morphine into me to try and get me to relax, and it's not working. And I said, this is the way I'm going out. I'm going to be screaming in pain, and just I can't, because I couldn't breathe more than this.
Oh,
and
God.
That's it. You couldn't take a
Terrifying,
breath without
man.
it just shooting pain through the rest of your body. But eventually they gave me, I think it was 4 bangs of morphine, and it finally relaxed me enough to where I could just ease and start to breathe again. But the next morning they got me up for a walk, and in the middle of the walk it happened again.
Oh, man.
And it was just the most excruciating, horrible experience. And like I said, I thought I definitely was gonna die. This is it. This is how I'm going out. It was a horrible thought. But the nurse that was there, it was a male nurse. He says, "Listen, just stay right here." They put me back in bed, and he says, "Just you stay right here." And he left the room for a couple of minutes. It seemed like 10 or 20
eternity.
minutes. Yeah, it seemed like forever because I can't breathe and I'm in excruciating pain. They couldn't give me any more morphine,
Right? Yeah,
because I'd already had enough.
That's what they all say.
Well, no, if they give you too much, you can kick off that way. So yeah, they don't want you to do that. But he comes back and he says, "Look, you were supposed to get your tubes pulled out a little bit later today, but I got the okay to do it now. So let's do that."
Oh boy.
He gets into bed with me and he takes off the dressing around the tubes that are in my chest. There's 2 of them. And he says, he looks me right in the eye and he's like, "Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?"
He's getting you jacked up.
He's getting me psyched because and he goes to pull it, and he pulls it, and the first pull didn't make it. So it's like I'm going, so the second pull, and there it was, they were out, and within about 30 to 45 seconds, that was all gone. Evidently, I guess either one of the tubes, or they had gotten either misplaced, or they maybe got filled up with fluid, and I couldn't pass. Something like that. But yeah, and it really was a terrible spot for me to be, and I was absolutely scared shitless. Yeah, there's just no other way of putting that. I definitely thought I was going to die. And
it's a crazy thought to be faced
with your own mortality.
We all think about our own mortality. We all think about what's it going to be like. How does it feel? But to be on the cusp of when you can actually say to yourself, "I can't breathe. I'm not going to survive this." You were there. I mean, you were in the best possible place to survive this.
But not once, but twice on that end.
But,
yeah.
oh, God. And he looked you in the eye and was like, "Are you ready?"
Oh, yeah. He was intense, but he was a fantastic nurse.
God, that's so great.
Yeah. And like I said, it was, after that horrendous ordeal, it was pretty much downhill from there. It was kind of a game of, okay, let's get you feeling stronger, and eventually you get better every day, just a little bit, incrementally. Walking around. The first time they went to walk me around, they said, "We're going to go over to the end of this hallway," which I think was maybe about 45 feet maybe away. And I'm looking at him going "Okay, yeah, we're going to walk over there, no problem." I get about halfway there, and I'm like,
right.
I can't make it. And you have no balance. But eventually, day by day, you get a little better and a little more strong. And and then eventually they let you go back home.
It's
But
unbelievable.
it's a process, and but like I said, there's fantastic people that work in that field, and God bless every one of them, no doubt about it.
Well, man, it's great to see you back on your feet, back into the thick of it, as they say on TikTok. It really is great to see. And do you feel like there's? I mean, you even said, I feel fine. I feel like I did. You feel like you felt prior to this ordeal.
Well, when they sent me home, it was about maybe a 2-month process to where I actually felt like I could do normal things again. I still was under weight restriction because they saw through your sternum. And for a couple of months, you can't lift anything above, say, 10 pounds.
You don't want to crack that thing.
Yeah,
back
and you
open.
can't reach your head. You can't reach your arms above your shoulders. There's all sorts of things that you're not supposed to do because that's
Sure.
a very, very interesting. It's a very tough wound to heal. It takes about a year for it to actually proper heal. So I'm still only about halfway there.
I don't think you're supposed to be cutting through that thing in the first place.
Yeah, well,
I don't think it's meant for that, but
they got to get through to
they
it.
got to get in there.
to get to the heart, and they have to deflate the lungs to get to the heart. So one of the things too when you're coming back is you have to do a lot of breathing exercises to reinflate your lungs properly, and they don't feel right for a couple of weeks.
Oh man, it's so weird.
Yeah, it is pretty strange, but the technology that they have done and the things that they have found out about that sort of process, they're just amazing. And like I said, it's become somewhat of a commonplace procedure.
It's. I mean, thankfully for you,
Yeah.
and thankfully for anybody that's going through situations like that. Jordan's dad just a few years ago had a stent put in his heart. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's wild, man. You got to take care of that ticker.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how, but you got to do it. You got to do it. So we talked a little bit about last time you were on the show. You were just coming out of vocal rest.
I had to have a hemorrhagic polyp removed from my vocal cords.
It's amazing that it was one polyp.
That's all it was.
That caused all that mayhem for you.
Yeah, well, what it is that it interrupts the proper operating of your vocal cords. Think of your vocal cords as like two little things that are really tight together, and air rushes between them. Well, you have a little lump on one of them, and that kind of opens it up a little bit. So now you're having to use a lot of air to make the same sound happen. And when it does, it gives you something called polyphonic duopoly. It's where you make two different tones at the same time.
Like Mariah Carey.
No, more like Dr. Anthony Fauci when you heard those early press conferences where he sounded like really raspy.
Yeah.
That's what I had going on all the time. You couldn't even get away from it. No matter how much
crazy.
rest, how much whatever I did, it was there permanently.
It's interesting.
So they have to go in with lasers and take that out. And
God, thank God for lasers.
that's no fun.
But that was a pretty long recovery for that. But then you got back into it as well.
Slowly but surely, definitely.
Did you change your performing habits or your pre-performance rituals vocally, or anything that was recommended to keep that from happening again?
Absolutely. Warm up is a very important part of the process. Certain vocal ranges were off the table for a while, so I could get back into that space. So it took a while to build back up to where I had been before.
Yeah, I always warm up my voice. Like
I never did.
I'll be late.
I never did.
I'll be late to a show warming up. Jordan knows if she ever comes to me or comes with me to a gig, I have a tape that I run vocal exercises through.
Gotcha.
And I'll put it on full blast, and I'll just be like, and she's like, oh my God. So now she's like singing along with me in the car, so it's nice. But yeah, it's hugely important. Doing cruise ships, I never warmed up, and by the end of my contracts, it was just shot. And I could literally watch my ratings cards go from like good ratings to the end of the cruise. It was this guy has a job, he must be the captain's son or something. No kidding. That was a true story.
Dang.
But yeah, so that's good, man. Well, we'll get into more positive things now. I mean, living through that is a huge positive. So I'm glad that you did that. We're glad that you're here, man.
And I had a lot of help. There were a lot of people who were really in my corner. A friend of mine, Dustin McRoberts, he helped out with the what do you call it? The the GoFundMe thing that they started.
Oh yeah.
And that was a great thing. I mean, at first I was kind of like, I didn't want to seem like I had my hand out. I was really kind of against it, but in the long run, it really helped out because it helped defray a lot of my medical costs. And then I had, a lot of people who were simply just praying and sending me good energies. And, it's funny to say it, but you could definitely feel it. There was a palpable something in the air that was just kind of carrying me along and helping me out.
It's crazy, regardless of what you believe,
Mm-hmm.
like energy is real, and like you are capable as a spiritual being
Mm-hmm.
to pass it to other people and take it. Oh man, and I mean it couldn't have happened to a better guy, honestly.
That's
Truly, man. Every interaction that we ever have, I walk away with it going, man, Scott is just. It's just the best. You ever like have an interaction with somebody and you're like, oh my God, these people,
Sure,
they need to get their life together, or they feel like they've just taken energy, but you always give it, man. And I think that's great. So moving in to some new stuff, some things going on. You just recently performed at the Stewart's, what venue was that? But it was the Beatles Reimagined show.
We did that at the Blake Library.
Yeah. How was that? That was recent. That was just this past week?
Yeah. And that was terrific. That was me, Dean Lopes, the drummer, and myself from McCartney Mania, my former band. And then Tom Stravinsky, who is the conductor of the Treasure Coast Youth Symphony, and Jackie Robbins, who was a cellist in that group as well. We got together and we were just doing kind of, some Beatles tunes. Very interesting little quartet going on there. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And we're hopefully going to be doing some more shows with that. And of course, I do have, the Scott Benge project together.
Yeah.
Which has its own little tale of all sorts of things. After McCartney Mania disbanded, we were wondering, what to do next. And Jimmy... Dr. Jimmy Otan, our keyboard player, had the idea, well, why don't we take your solo act and just turn it into a band? There's a lot of great songs there.
Truly.
People would want to hear them in a full band outfit. And I'm like, okay, let's do that. So we were working that together. And then Jack Chiarelli, our guitar player, had to have, I think it was either hip or knee replacement surgery done. And while he was in hospital recuperating, he caught COVID and unfortunately passed away.
Oh, my God.
And we didn't really kind of know where to go from there, so the wind was out of our sails for a while, but that we worked, hooked up with some good musicians, eventually, and got it off the ground about a year back now. So we've been playing together for about a year, and I love playing with these guys. They're all just fantastic spirits and great musicians, and they bring the music to life. It's really, really great. We don't play often enough, frankly. Yeah.
I know. I need to get out to see one of the shows. Joe Sophia is still playing bass in that band with you?
Absolutely.
He just celebrated a birthday.
Yeah, it was just yesterday.
He just turned he just turned 60? Is that what I saw?
Was it a milestone? I didn't
50,
catch that.
59 maybe? I don't want to age him. But happy birthday, Joe, if you happen to be tuning in. And if you are, let us know in the comments how old you are now. Joe, a super cool dude. We used to go and see his band Relayer,
right on.
With his daughter Amanda, the fronting it. We used to go see them at the Shindig, which
All
is
the
just
time.
around the corner from here,
Right.
all the time. And they had a nice band. I'm glad that he's still playing and now is in a band with you because he's wonderful.
Oh, we have a great time with Joe, no doubt about it.
Where's the next spot that you're going to be playing?
The next one is Friday, February 2nd at Hop Life.
Nice. Well, that's pretty close too.
Yeah.
I have to make that work.
We'll get to all that in the shameless plugs portion.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
He knows how this goes.
Look at him. So oh man, we should talk about poor Edie.
Oh yeah. That bit the dust now.
Listen, that purple Scion XB has just become iconic around town. I would
funny.
literally just, if I saw one on the road, I would check the license plate first.
Yeah. Make sure it was me.
And make sure it was you. And then I would always wait. It's like, it's so iconic. It's so quintessentially you. But we've lost her.
Oh yeah.
Tell us what happened, man.
It's like anything. You're driving down the road, and I was coming to the intersection of Colorado and US 1, and I was getting ready to cross US 1.
Down in Stewart. Yeah, right by downtown. Yeah.
Thank you for clarifying that. Some people don't know that. And yeah, I'm coming up on the intersection, and the left lane is backed up. The light was red. Figured, okay, they're backed up, and and the straight ahead lane, which I needed to be in, was clear. So I got into that, and little did I know they weren't backed up because they were waiting for the light. They were letting some guy cross the street all the way across from the bank over to the gas station. They were letting him through, stop traffic. And because the car is slung so low, I didn't see him until all of a sudden there's the front of a truck directly in front of me, pretty much. I had about a car and a half's length worth of space to brake the car, and I did, but it just wasn't enough space to slow it down. And I hit them, and which sent them, their tire bent inwards, and then that sent them around in a circle where the guy hit a bicyclist on the sidewalk, and then just kind of clipped him. But then hit another car, sent that car reeling into somebody else, and that sent them into somebody else, and it was this big, huge mess.
My God.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And in the end, my car bit the dust. I think everybody else's car was okay except for mine.
Oh,
but yeah, I had Edie for 19 years. It was the first and only car I've ever bought brand new. So it was kind of had a very special place in my heart. But yeah, she got totaled.
I don't even want to ask what year that was, but I guess it was 2015. And to me, that seems
2015.
like, right?
What's that?
Brad's good at math.
No, I'm sorry. 2000. If you had it 19 years?
It was 2005. I bought the car.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Maybe they
You were
stopped
close.
making them in 2015.
They stopped that particular body style in 2007. They came up with a new body style, redesigned the car. It was a completely different car, really. Yeah,
But now you have
a 2006 model.
Look at you. You upgraded. And with a new name, did you stick with the name Beretta?
Well, I actually pulled the name Beretta. It was Beretta was a car that my folks had when I was a young kid. It was this 1968 Chevy Impala, and this car was just like the most dependable, non-killable car.
So you're trying to get that juju?
Well, not only that, but it had it had a personality too, and just I kind of thought it might be kind of cool to resurrect that name.
Love it.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love it, and it's good. Like, right? It's like being at home, like moving. It's like being in the same apartment complex, and you move one apartment over.
Well, the car worked exceptionally well for me, as far as my work goes.
Sure.
So I figured I'd get another one. Just happened to be the same color.
It's amazing.
What are the
now we
odds?
can
Yeah.
still drive down the street and see Scott's car. It's amazing. Josephia,
So good.
chiming in over on YouTube, setting the story straight. 62 years old.
All right.
He thanked me for going a little younger. You're welcome, Joe. I love you, man. That's awesome.
Still rocking at 62, baby.
Oh
Yep.
God, so good, so good. Well, that's awesome, man.
So is the car the same inside, the 2005 to the 2006? Like the
only difference
Everything?
is, there's two differences, really. The stereo is different. It's a different stereo, and it's shot to pieces. It needs to be replaced. But also, the people who owned the car before me were heavy smokers. And so, yeah, the car is reeked of cigarettes.
Got a little funk
Pretty
in
bad.
there. Got a little funk.
It had 18 years worth of cigarette smoke in it. So I'm in the process of trying to kill all that. But otherwise, yeah, it's essentially the same car.
I tell you what, man, you
Nice.
ought to get that kid Paul Strang in his two-fly car detailing. You ever heard of him?
No,
He's
I'm
like,
willing to try just about
God,
anything.
he's like
at this point.
19 or 20 years old, man, just killing the game. He just runs a great, like, he's out at the crack of dawn every day, this kid, and cleaning cars. I'll shoot you. If he can't do it, it can't be done.
Well, I've heard that what is it? It's ozone generators that the people are telling me to get that treatment done, and that will do it.
Huh.
So we'll have to try that one next.
Well, when you do it, let me know. I'll come and film it, and we'll do a spot on it.
Fair enough.
Oh man!
And there was one more kicker too. I mean, my 2023. I had the big. They say these things come in threes, right? So I had the quadruple bypass surgery thing, which was huge. I wrecked the car. And then, because the wrecking of the car was Thanksgiving. It's like the couple of days before Thanksgiving.
That's
and
right.
then for Christmas, I got COVID.
That's right. That's right.
Right before the end of the year.
Going
I
out
had
with
to
a
go through
bang.
that little trip. And so that put a bit of a damper on the holidays.
Oh man, have you had COVID before? Or was this the
Yes.
first time?
Yeah.
Do you find that it's easier having it after you've had it before?
Well, I the first time I had it, I wasn't vaccinated. Second time I did, I was vaccinated, and it definitely made the duration of my suffering a lot less.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. That's what it's for, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, I didn't die.
That is
so that's a good thing.
At this rate, and I'm going to knock on wood because I should. I don't think anything can kill you, Scott. If the universe was trying, it's failing, and I'm happier for it. Oh, man. Well, listen. Now that we got the stream sorted out, and I'm glad that it wasn't our fault. And I thank all of our viewers over there on YouTube that stuck with us, and are hopefully funneling people from other social media over. We got quite a bit of you out there, so thank you for tuning in. We're gonna give you all what you came here for. I mean, obviously, we wanted to get a checkup with Scott and his life, but I think we're gonna send him out to go set up to play some music.
Ruh-roh.
If you want to go and make that move out there,
Sure thing.
you guys. While he's getting over there to do that, I'm going to let you guys know when we come back from his live performances. We're going to play a name of Round That Tune. No, that's not what I wanted to say. A round of Name That Tune with all of you out there. So we're going to pop over to the main stage. Look at this. We're getting better because now we have curtains for our JNC main stage. It's very exciting stuff, you guys.
For our debut.
Yeah. Scott's getting plugged in. You can hear him. I feel like we're at the ball drop on New Year's Eve when you're.
Oh, behind the scene.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's wonderful.
All right, you guys. As I said, Name That Tune coming up next. Let's send it over to Mr. Scott Benge.
And the curtain falls on me. Hello. All right. This song goes out to a very special someone. She can kill with a smile, she can wound with her eyes, she can ruin your faith with her casual lies, and she only reveals what she wants you to see. Yes, she hides like a child, but she's always a woman to me. She can lead you to love, she can take you or leave you. She can ask for the truth, but she'll never believe you. And she'll take what you give her as long as it's free. Yes, she steals like a thief, but she's always a woman to me. Oh, she takes care of herself. She can wait if she wants. She's ahead of her time. Changes her mind. She'll promise you more than the Garden of Eden. And she'll carelessly cut you and laugh while you're bleeding. But she'll bring out the best and the worst you can be. Blame it all on yourself, 'cause she's always a woman to me. Oh, she takes care of herself. She can wait if she wants. She's ahead of her time. And oh, and she never gives up. And she never gives in. She just changes her mind. is frequently kind, then she's suddenly cruel. She can do as she believes, as she's nobody's fool. And she can be convicted, she's earned her degree. And the most she will do is throw shadows at you, but she's always a woman to me. Thank you very much. All right. Guess we're going to do another one here, right? All right, all right. You talked me into it. We'll do the riff. Sitting on a park bench, eyeing little girls with an enchanted snot is running down his nose. Greasy fingers string chamois gloves. Hey, Aqualung, drying in the cold sun and watching as the frilly panties run. Oh, Aqualung, and feeling like a dead duck, spitting out pieces of his broken luck. Hey, Aqualung, sun streaking cold, an old man wandering lonely, taking time the only way he knows. Leg hurting bad as he bends to pick a dog end, but he goes down to the bog and warms his feet. Feeling alone, the army's up the road, Salvation a la mode and a cup of tea. Aqualung, my friend, don't you start away uneasy. Well, you poor old sod, you see it's only me. Do you still remember December's foggy freeze, when the ice it clings onto your bitter screaming agony? Hey, and you sad your rattling rasparas with deep-sea diver sounds, and the flowers bloom like madness in the spring. Sun streaking cold, an old man wandering lonely, taking time the only way he knows. Leg hurting bad as he bends to peck a dog in, and he goes down to the bog and warms his speech. Oh, feeling alone, the army's up the road, Salvation a la mode and a cup of tea. Aqualung, my friend, don't you start away uneasy. Well, you poor old son, you see, it's only me. Oh, 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 oh. Aqualung, my friend, don't you start away uneasy. Well, your poor old son, you see, it's only me. You know, it's only me. Sitting on a park bench, eyeing little girls with an intended. The snot running down his nose, greasy fingers stirring champagne glass. Hey, Aqualung, drawing in the cold sun and watching as the frilly panties run. Whoa, Aqualung, I'm feeling like a dead duck, spitting out pieces of his broken luck. Hey, Aqualung, hey! Ahoy! It used to be so easy to be your lover. We wandered through the days like they had no end. And now that you are gone, I am undercover. I just can't think about you as a friend. Take it easy on me. It should be easy to see. I'm getting lost in the crowd. Hear me crying out loud. Just want you to know, I know that you have to go. It's all up to you, but whatever you do, take it easy on me. And now I'll go that minstrel road without you. I know there will be times when I need you there. And each night as I sing those songs about you, I think back to the time when you used to care. Take it easy on me. It should be easy to see. I'm getting lost in the crowd, hearing crying out loud. Just want you to know, I know that you have to go. It's all up to you, but whatever you do, take it easy on me. Take it easy on me. Oh baby, don't leave me crying. Should be easy to see, I needed you for so long. Just one more chance with you. One more chance, will you take a chance? Come on and take a chance.
Take it easy on me. It should be easy to see. I'm getting lost in the crowd. Yeah, me crying out loud. Just want you to know I know that you have to go. It's all up to you, but whatever you do, take it easy on me. It's all up to you, but whatever you do, take it easy on me.
Take us tonight.
All right, Scott, come on back here to the studio. Dude, just amazing.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right, Scott's going to come back over because it's time to put your ears and brains to the test in another riveting round of Name That Tune. Let's do it.
When I'm at home, I'm always doing that riff.
It's so good. All right, Jen, you're on camera now, so, stop doing all your illicit things that you do when you're on camera. Like drinking out of that cup. Is that a Stanley cup? Oh, good. Oh, hydro jug. There's a joke in there somewhere, I'm sure. All right, you guys, we invite all of our live viewers to play along with us in the chats and comments. We're looking for the name of the song and the artist or band performing it, whatever that means. And tonight's category is... Oh, and I'm very excited. Are you ready for it, Jordan? Tonight's category is Heart to Heart, in honor of Scott's no longer broken heart.
Oh, my gosh.
Are you guys ready to play? Are you guys ready to play out there?
Yeah.
Dr. Taz, PhD, said, it's Jen.
She's here.
And so many people. Just shout out to Christine Tager, tuning in from Boston. She said they're tuning in from Boston.
Oh, yeah.
Scott O'Buck saying, love you, Scotty.
The other Scott.
Candy Byram saying hi there.
Oh, my gosh.
Mike Farrow saying hi to you out there.
That's awesome.
Everybody out there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We hope that you play along with us. Are we ready to play?
Are we ever?
Let's do it. First clue. Name that tune, Heart to Heart. Full disclosure. I just did this. It was like we were working so hard on sound check, and I was like, and I didn't put any of the clues together for Name That Tune. So I literally did this just before the show started. So here's that clue again. Oh yeah, everybody's just slaying it. Everybody's slaying it. It's an onslaught there in the chats. All right, what do you guys have here in the lounge? Oh. Yes, Scott. Yes, Jordan.
And Jen.
All right. I mean, that's
We
a
did
solid
good.
guess there, Jen. It is Barracuda by Heart. There's P.S. Like, if you guys have been sleeping on Heart, or Mike Farrow, this is particularly for you because he claims that all this music that came out before he was born, he doesn't know about it. Heart, they are unbelievable. Yeah. I saw a video clip of them performing a tribute for Led Zeppelin, and they came out.
Last time I saw them together, they were doing that. They were playing with Jason Bonham's Led Zeppelin Experience. He came out, opened the show, did all the Led Zeppelin stuff. They came out and did all the Heart stuff. And at the end, they all came out together and did Led Zeppelin.
And I saw that Robert Plant was in the audience, and like he was visibly weeping.
That was at the Kennedy Awards, yeah.
To Stairway to Heaven. And I was it was just moving. Oh, is it Nancy Wilson?
Ann and Nancy Wilson, yeah.
Yeah. Nancy is the lead singer, right? And Ann is the guitarist?
Ann is the singer and Nancy's the guitarist.
Let's fuck it up.
50-50 chance.
Yeah, and they sound just as amazing as they ever did. It's unbelievable.
They're fantastic live, no doubt about it.
All right. Well, enough about Heart. Let's move on to more Hearts. Next clue, name that tune. Dr. Taz says Stairway to Freebird. Thank you. I believe that's Steve the Bruce, if I'm not mistaken.
Has to be.
Yeah, makes sense. Here we go. Next clue.
Our love is unconditional. We knew it from.
Come on, Jen. This is your shit, man. This is your shit. Now, here's that clue again. I expect only Jen to get this one.
Our love is unconditional. We knew it from.
Dr. Taz, PhD, said, "Where's Steve the Bruce? He's the best and makes the whole show." He nailed it, though, here in Name That Tune. All right. Everybody ready? Jaybird got it as well. What do you guys got here in the lounge? Whatever Jen says it is. Jordan, what? Oh, come on, Jen. No. Jordan, what is yours saying? No. I mean, I feel like you got all the elements there.
We're close.
It is George Strait, I Cross My Heart.
I cross my heart
Oh, well.
and promise.
Well, now,
Oh, yes.
now it makes sense. Yeah.
The Bruce is not happy with you.
Uh-oh, you can't go home now.
All right. Are we ready for the next clue? Why not? Shall we?
Sure.
Next clue, Heart to Heart.
Said a word goodbye.
I know it's a tough clue. Here it is again.
Said a word goodbye.
It's tough. It's those slow songs. 5 seconds isn't enough time. Like 1/2 a word in there. But Anna is nailing it. While we're sitting here, I just want to send out a very happy birthday to Miley, turning 13 years old today, right?
Yes.
Am I not mistaken?
Teenager.
Yeah, oh, you better watch out. Miley out there turning 13. Thanks for tuning in. Don't tell your parents that you watch this show.
Happy birthday.
All right, everybody's killing it. Amy in there with the right thing. Jaybird, nice job. What do you guys have here in the lounge? Oh, you're still working. It's okay. I'll give you. You want to hear it again, Scott?
One more time.
All right, one more time. One more time for Scott.
Said a word goodbye.
It's a tough clue. I probably wouldn't be able to get that with just that. Maybe if I knew the category. All right, but what do you got? Let's see. Oh, man. It is Unbreak My Heart. You guys got some of it there. The Bruce says the song by that person. No.
About the stuff.
It is Unbreak My Heart by Tony Braxton.
Tony Braxton.
Tony
Dang
Braxton.
it.
Yeah.
Tony.
Break my heart.
We're close.
That song was
we're
a
halfway there.
smash.
Yep.
That was
A complete smash.
Yeah, that was a bop.
I think I was in middle school when that song came out, and all the girls in the choir were just like, they would just sing that in the practice rooms. Forget all the chamber music we were supposed to be learning. They were like, "Break my heart."
Just like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Yeah.
like, it kind of sounded
they
like
were
that.
killing it.
Yeah.
In middle school.
Very high.
It was
pitched.
me. I was them.
I was the girls.
Oh, nice. All right, you guys. Next clue. Coming at you, Heart to Heart.
I wanna live. I wanna give.
Come on, Jen. I'm counting on you. Here it is again.
I wanna live. I wanna give.
Come on, Jordan. I married you. Come on. Use those brains.
I cheated.
Come on.
She copied.
Nice job, Scott. Scott's got it over there. Anna's nailing it there. Jaybird, Christine. Good job. Killing it. All right. What do you guys got? Let's see it. Jen says, "You suck, Brad." Heart of
She's
Gold.
correct.
by Neil Young. That is great handwriting. You have crazy
Yeah,
handwriting.
you have awesome handwriting. I've been meaning to say that the whole time.
It's so good.
Yeah.
And,
It's like the Godsmack handwriting
what
or
is
something.
yours?
It's a heart of gold.
Oh my God, hold on. Let me, I need
I thought it
to,
was a heart of cereal.
I know,
Hold on.
I just look like that.
hold on. Put it up there to the middle of the screen. Yeah. There you go. Put your little face over there. And that's the one.
Yeah. That's a keeper.
That's a keeper.
Yeah, I need that for a screenshot.
He likes all my artwork.
Nice. Okay, that is Heart of Gold by Neil Young.
I've been a miner for a while.
Good.
Yeah, but you do have dope handwriting. Can you write our names?
I can.
Cool.
It almost looks like the
What is it? It's something, yeah.
I stole the font, if you will, from the inside liner notes of the Jethro Tull album, Broadsword and the Beast. They wrote the lyrics out. They had a guy actually handwrite all the lyrics out, and I was like, that's a really cool thing. I should write like that. And
Oh.
and that was it.
that was it, man.
You know who else stole it? The people that do the Irish butter. What's
Oh, the Kerrygold.
the Kerrygold?
Oh.
Pretty much the same font.
That is very similar.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh man, I want butter."
There's a name for it, but I don't rightly recall what it is.
Ah.
Yeah. But I thought it was really cool.
Any of it,
cool.
the populace out there, let us know in the chats and comments. All right, we have one more clue
Oh,
for Name That Tune. Are we ready?
well,
I certainly hope so.
I guess.
Oh, uh-oh. Oh, no.
Here we go.
Oh.
Clue, heart to heart. Last clue. Me. I gotta warm up.
I think I already know what it is.
Hold on, I gotta warm up. I'm not a practice, but
Wow, that was a massacre.
thank you.
I mean,
I
it
would
was,
just like to
it
say,
was beautiful.
I would just like to say thank you, Melissa, tuning in on YouTube for getting it correct. Thank you very
oh, yeah, a
much.
few people got it. That's good.
Do we need it again? Do we need the clue again? I can't do it anymore. Thank you very much, all of it. I'm getting some applause out there and some accolades.
Wow. I don't see that. I don't see that at all in the chat. Oh.
Melissa said you completely rocked that recorder. Thank you so much. I'm gonna be playing recorder with Scott for his next set here on the show.
Oh, dear.
We're gonna do some Jethro Tull, some more Jethro Tull.
Bring it on, brother.
All right, what do you guys got here? I think I need brain surgery now. Jen, yes.
Yay, Jen crushed it.
My heart will go on. Celine Dion, aka Brad on recorder. Yes,
Good
nice
job.
That's what that was.
You couldn't get that? You weren't picking up Celine vibes, were you? No.
Oh, you guys are amazing.
Well, Brad couldn't even make it through the performance also. God.
It's very tough to be on the spot playing an instrument that I've only been playing since I was in third grade.
Well, you only learned, hot cross buns, Mary Had a Little Lamb.
Ian on YouTube says my dog is barking. Sorry, buddy.
Oops.
Ian McDiarmid. Isn't that the actor that plays the emperor? And
Not as far as you know.
well, Sir Ian, thank you for tuning in, sir.
May the
Jaybird
force
said,
be with you.
yes, and also with you for the Catholics out there. The serif Vertigo is the Kerrygold font name. Thank you, Jaybird, for throwing that in there
Oh.
as well. Not bad. Not bad.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, look at that.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Scott Benge.
Boop, boop.
Look, Mommy, there's an airplane up in the sky.
Did you see the frightened ones? Did you hear the falling bombs? Did you ever wonder why we had to run for shelter in the promise of a brave new world unfurled beneath the clear blue sky? Did you see the frightened ones? Did you hear the falling bombs? The flames are all long gone, but the pain lingers on. Goodbye, blue sky. Goodbye, blue sky. Goodbye. Goodbye. Forget the price. And never been there, they tell me it's nice. I live in hotels, tear out the walls. I have a countess pay for it all. They say I'm lazy, but it takes all my time. I'm just looking for clues at the scene of the crime. Life's been good to me so far. My Maserati does 185. I lost my license, now I don't drive. I have a limo, I ride in the back. I'm attacked. I'm making records, my fans they can't wait. They write me letters and tell me I'm great. So I got me an office, gold records on the wall. Just leave a message and maybe I'll call. Lucky I'm sane after all I've been through, but everybody says I'm cool. He's cool. I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. Life's been good to me so far. 3, sometimes until 4. It's hard to leave when you can't find the door. It's tough to handle this fortune and fame. Now everybody's so different, but I haven't changed. They say I'm crazy, but I have a good time. Everybody say, oh yeah, oh yeah. I'll keep on going, guess I never know why. Life's been good to me so far. Thank y'all very, very much. I need a bit of water here. Hold on a minute. My uncle has a country place that no one knows about. He says it used to be a farm before the motor laws. On Sundays I elude the eyes and hop the turbine freight to fall outside the wire where my white-haired uncle waits. Ground as the turbo slows to cross the borderline. Run like the wind as the segment shivers up and down my spine. We're down in his barn, my uncle preserved for me an old machine for 50-odd years to keep it as you has been his dearest dream. Strip away that hides a shining car. 8 billion red bar gets up from a better vantage time. Fire up the whistling engine, responding with a roar. Tires spitting gravel, I commit my weekly grind. Shifting and drifting, mechanical music, adrenaline surge. Weather, leather, up and land oil, the scented country air. Sunlight on chrome, the blur of the landscape, every nerve aware. suddenly ahead of me across the mountainside. A gleaming alloy car shoots towards me 2 lanes wide. I spin around with shrieking tires to run the deadly race. Go screaming through the valley as another joins the chase. Laughing out loud with fear and hope, I got a desperate plan. At the one-way bridge, I'll leave the giant stranded at the riverside. Please, I told the farm to dream with my goggle at the fireside.
Or something like that. Well, all right. So it looks like I have a special guest tonight. And boy, is he special. So before we actually get this going on, I want to tell you a little something, more health-related news, I guess you could say. My dad, who was there with me during the whole heart situation, is kind of going through his own thing coming up here in a little bit. He's going to be getting, ever since he was a little kid, he's been stone deaf. He lost his hearing very early on in life because of the job that he had, and he didn't have proper ear protection, and it kind of robbed him of his hearing. And so for many years now, he's been pretty much unable to hear. But coming up here in just about 2 or 3 weeks, I think, is coming up pretty soon. He's going to be getting a cochlear implant put in.
Really?
And so they're going to do that, and then about 3 or so weeks later, they're going to turn it on and fine-tune it, but he'll be able to hear for the first time in going on at least 40 years, I'd say. It's been a good long time since he's really been able to hear. And since, you know, he was always wanting me to play this song ever since I was a little kid, so this is going to be the first song I end up playing for him when I actually do go over there and he can hear. This is going to be the first tune I play for him. So, yeah.
This is such a good one. Oh, now I feel extra honored. Extra honored to play with you. It's not time to make a change. Just relax, take it easy. You're still young, that's your fault. There's so much you have to know. Find a girl and settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I am old, but I am happy. I was once like you are now, and I know that it's not easy to be calm when you found something going on. So take your time, think a lot, think of everything you got, or you will still be here tomorrow, but your dreams may not.
How can I try to explain? 'Cause when I do, he turns away again. It's always been the same old story. From the moment I could talk, I was ordered to listen. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go.
It's not time to make a change. Open paths, take it slowly. You'll stay up, that's your fault. There's so much I have to know. Find a girl and settle down. If you want, you can marry. Look at me, I am old, but I am happy.
All the times that I cried, keeping all the things I knew inside is hard, but it's harder to ignore it. If they were right, I'd agree, but it's them they know, not me. Now there's a way, and I know that I have to go away. I know I have to go.
Thanks a lot, man. That means so much.
You know, so thank you out there. So Scott told me before we started that there was another part, and I never even considered it before. You know, I'm a big Cat Stevens fan, but I never even considered the vocals that were over top. You know, just kind of like background vocals, and it was so integral to the story. And that I feel bad I didn't know it to sing along, but you sang along to the sun part, so we're gonna have to dissect that. I think I have.
Next time you hear it, you'll definitely go like.
Now I'm gonna be listening.
Yeah.
Oh my God! All right, well let's make our way back to the lounge.
Let's do it.
And so good, so good. All right, and we're back.
So I have a question for you, Scott, from your story.
Okay.
So your dad can't hear. Do you do sign language?
I don't do sign language, but he's a very good lip reader.
Oh, okay.
And you know, his wife at the time, right now, is very, very good at like being kind of the go-between for things that he can't quite pick up. Like, say, if I'm talking too fast or not facing him or anything. So yeah, it's kind of a symbiotic relationship between him and his wife. Really, they help each other kind of get through life.
Aw.
But yeah, she definitely helps out in that department.
Nice.
But it's going to be. I mean, he's gotten the phone thing now to where when I talk to him on the phone, it will read what I'm saying to him, and he can read it. So that's helped out greatly too.
Nice.
But you know, if he's watching tonight, thanks,
Hello.
Dad. Yeah. I can't wait. Can't wait to sing for you again. That's going to be great.
Oh, yeah, that's awesome.
So what did he do? Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go for it.
What did he do where his hearing was so impaired?
He was a boilermaker. Basically, they go inside factories that used to have smokestacks. They still do, but it used to be a lot more prevalent back in those days. And they would belch smoke and filth into the sky, is basically what. But somebody had to go down there every once in a while and clean them out, kind of like a chimney sweep, I guess you could say. But they did it with high pressurized sand blasting, and it was very, very loud. And
they didn't have the necessary PPP or PPE back in the day.
He had earplugs or whatever, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah,
because it was just so super loud. So yeah, it robbed him of his hearing pretty early in life. He was early 30s when he started to lose his hearing.
Wow.
And he's in his 70s now.
I feel like didn't the military just sue the maker, like 3M, for their shoddy earplugs?
That was the thing that was going on a while back. Yeah.
There was a big and there was a massive settlement that 3M did. So I imagine it's probably something similar. Unbelievable.
But my dad's, he's another one. He doesn't let something in adversity get in his way. He's very much like, well, okay, I deal with it and go on.
How exciting for him to have this opportunity. I've seen videos pop up on social media all the time of children getting cochlear implants and hearing their parents for the first time.
Right.
And it's just the reaction, it's just so like haunting, and then just instantly like, I don't know. It's hard to explain.
It's going to be a moment. I look forward to it.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Amazing. You'll have to give us an update. We'll bring you on for a happy reason, and we'll talk about that.
Sounds good to me.
as well.
I love it.
I don't want to have some other incident go down.
Yeah. No. We can't have any more of that.
Yeah. None more of that. Now it's time for Brad's final thought. And here it is. I just want to talk about overcoming obstacles. It's about the power of a positive outlook and the underlying or an unyielding force of perseverance. And to illustrate this, I'm going to tell you about my friend Scott.
Oh, no.
He's a musician, a legendary entertainer, and above all, a warrior in the face of life's toughest battles. And we all learned about tonight. Just a few years ago, Scott faced a nightmare for any vocalist, problems with his vocal cords. And it wasn't just a setback, it was a threat to his identity, his passion, and his livelihood. But Scott, with his indomitable spirit, saw this as not the end, but as a challenge to overcome. He worked tirelessly with specialists, adapted his methods, and most importantly, he never lost faith in his voice. Evident tonight. Through determination and resilience, he found his way back to the stage, his voice stronger and more heartfelt than ever. I can attest. But life, as it often does, had more trials in store for Scott. He underwent emergency bypass surgery on his heart. This wasn't just a physical hurdle. It was a test of his spirit. Did he falter? Of course not.
No.
He faced this challenge with the same courage and optimism that has always defined him as long as I've known him. His recovery was not just a medical success. It was a testament to his unbreakable will. And as if these challenges weren't enough, Scott also was involved in that crazy car accident. But this couldn't even keep him down. He faced his recovery with the same extraordinary positivity, viewing each day as a new opportunity, each step forward as a victory. And today, Scott's not just back on his feet. He's back on stage, performing live, sharing his talent, his joy, and his unyielding zest for life with the world. His journey is a vivid reminder that no obstacle is too great when faced with a positive outlook and perseverance. So, when you face your own battles, think of Scott. Remember that obstacles are not roadblocks. They are stepping stones. Each challenge is an opportunity to grow stronger, to become more resilient. With a positive outlook, unwavering perseverance, and a heart full of courage, there's no limit to what you can overcome. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in with us tonight. I hope that you enjoyed our show. Give it up for Scott Benge.
I'm giving it up right back to you.
And the rest of the Destruction Crew, Jen hanging out with us tonight, and Jordy. Yes.
And Bratty.
And take care of yourselves and each other out there, broadcasting live from the legendary JNC Lounge. I'm Brad Brock. We love you. Good night.
Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, well it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Little darling, the smiles are turning to their faces. Little darling, well it feels like years since they've been here. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Sun, 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 here it comes. 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 Little darling, I feel that ice is slowly melting. Little darling, well it feels like years since it's been clear. Yeah. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say it's alright. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun. It's alright. It's alright.